I'm Isaiah Friesen. I'm 23 years old, and I'm an environmental justice organizer with the Minnesota Annual Conference of the United Methodist Church. I didn't grow up in Minnesota. I came here in part after college because I perceived it as a place where politics are concerned about the well-being of all its people, including communities of color and people living in poverty, indigenous people, with their sovereign rights. I realized the urgency of the global struggle for climate justice when I was a high schooler in Nebraska, as we resisted the Keystone XL pipeline, and as I was struggling with my parents to make a market garden produce in the face of drought and extreme heat. I was drawn to Minnesota, as I said, because I saw this political concern, partly. There was supposedly this concern for the well-being of everyone, and now we're watching to see how deep that concern really runs. I am a faith leader in the church now and for the future, and I speak for countless other faith leaders when I say that the good news I share with people has to include caring for the health of the lands, the air, and the water that life depends on. As a Christian, I base my faith on the Holy Bible, and especially the prophets and the stories of Jesus' life and ministry. Faith that God literally walks with people who proclaim abundant life and well-being for all creation. Any hope for this abundant life means saying no to projects like Line 3 and other industries that jeopardize the health of food systems, lands, and waters. It means standing for the sovereignty of indigenous peoples whose sovereign rights have been continually violated in favor of corporate interests. It means supporting policy efforts like the Green New Deal to transition to a survivable economy for all of us. My faith community taught me growing up, and now still, that I cannot separate my relationship to the divine from my relationship to my neighbors. Neighbors including the lands and waters, sacred lands and waters, and other living beings, including human beings. And now I ask myself every day, what use is it for me to pray, "Give us this day our daily bread," for me or anybody else to pray that, if we stand by and allow corporations to poison the very fields that grain for that bread comes from? Thank you for listening and for standing with us.